Cat Days by Griffin Rose on AO3. Summary. Izuku has a shapeshifting quirk. He's not the best at controlling it, especially under stress. So when tragedy strikes and he gets lost in the city, he's stuck as a cat. At least he found a nice underground hero to take him in. Episode 1. Chapter 1. Mom told him to run. Dad was angry. He was always angry. He didn't like Izuku always asking questions about his quirk, or when Izuku started telling him all about the new heroes he learned about that day. When Mom asked him to look at the leaky shower head, he yelled and screamed about having to do everything around the house. Izuku wondered about that. Mom cooked and cleaned. Izuku helped where he could, but he was always been small for his age, 8 years old, and he still blends in with the kindergarteners. Kachan liked to tease him about that. Tonight had been different, though. Dad had come early from work, dropping a box on the floor and kicking it. Mom asked what happened, and he said something about layoffs that Izuku didn't understand. Izuku had come out of his room to greet him, but when he saw Dad's mood, he retreated, activating his quirk to hide with his stuffed animals. Dad had never allowed any pets, and he complained all the time about Izuku's animal-shifting quirks stinking up the house. Izuku tried not to use it, but it was easier to hide in his stuffed animals this way. The apartment was quiet for a while. Izuku dared to hope it was over, but he didn't dare leave his room. Mom stuck his dinner and told him to stay in here for the night, stay out of Dad's way. He transformed into a cat, and he ate dinner that way and went back to his stuffed animals. He would have stayed there all night, but he needed the bathroom. He stayed in his cat form, nudging the particularly open door and sneaking across the hall. He wasn't quiet enough. His dad saw and yelled about Izuku using his quirk in the house again. Mom tried to distract him, and he rounded on her. He was losing control of his quirk, flames lighting up inside his mouth. "You're always protecting him. That's why he's such a useless brat." "Don't call him that," Mom yelled. "If you actually took the time to spend time with your son—" He slapped her, called her a bad word Kachan always said, that Mom said never to repeat. Izuku huddled in the hallway, still a cat. The bathroom wasn't an issue anymore, but his dad was going to be furious when he realized what Izuku had done on the floor. "Hisashi!" Mom yelled, holding her reddening cheek. "You have no right to treat us like this." "I'll treat you however the hell I feel like." "Get out!" Mom yelled. "Get your things and go." "Excuse me?" Mom trembled, eyes nervously darting to Izuku. "You heard me. I want you to leave. You can come back when you've calmed down." "You think you could kick me out of my own home?" Dad asked. His voice was low and quiet. It only ever sounded like that when he was really mad. "Either you leave, or we will," Mom stated. Dad hit her again, flames dripping out of his mouth. "Where the fuck do you think you're gonna go? Have another man or something? Have you been cheating on me this whole time? I work and slave away for you and the brat, and you don't even care." "No, there's no one else, but you've gotten so mean lately, and I won't have you treating Izuku like this. I won't let you treat me like this." The flames dripped onto the floor. Harmless at first. His parents were too busy continuing to yell at each other. Mom kept trying to walk around Hisashi and get to the hallway, but he blocked her and grabbed her wrist in a bruising grip. Izuku was only one to notice when the flames didn't fizzle out. They didn't hear his meows over their yelling. He ran forward, trying to change back so he could use words. He wasn't great at changing back yet. He was seeing a quirk counselor on the weekends about it. That didn't help him now, when the flames were starting to eat the hardwood between his parents' feet. Mom slapped Hisashi back and tried to make him let go, but that only made him angry and lost control, spewing a whole stream of fire from his mouth. He turned his head away from Mom, at least, but the couch wasn't really a much better option. "Now look what you made me do, you bitch!" Dad yelled. Izuku reached them and slinked his claws into his dad's foot. Dad kicked him across the room. He tumbled over the floor. all the way to the Kurnik. "Izuku!" Mom yelled. "Hisashi, the fire extinguisher!" They had one in every room. Mom had taught him how to use one years ago, always worried about something like this happening. Dad was still trying to calm down and stop the fire pouring from his mouth. The flames at their feet licked at their pants, and Dad still had a grip on Mom's wrist. Her sleeve was on fire, and she was trying to pat it out. "Turn your damn Quirk off!" Mom yelled. "You're making it worse." Dad couldn't talk when he was like this, but apparently Mom had only made him angrier. He looked up and glared at her, and she received a face full of fire. She screamed. Izuku changed back at then. He clawed at his father's leg, but the fire dripped onto his back. He yowled and rolled over on the floor in pain. Mom scooped him up and buried him into his arms. The front door opened, and a blast of cold air made him shiver. Tears dropped onto his fresh burns. Mom stumbled down the stairs to the ground, pausing for breath and looking back at their apartment. An unnatural orange light glowed from out the open door. Dad stepped into the hallway, quickly finding under control again. "Where the fuck do you think you're going, you unfaithful whore?" "Our home is on fire, and that's what he's worried about," Mom whispered, holding Izuku closer. Then Dad started for the stairs. "Oh, I don't like this," she murmured, taking a few steps back. Dad came closer, and Mom turned to run. "Inko!" He darted across the street, heading towards the city. Izuku meowed in her arms. "It's okay, baby. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna find a nice police officer to help us, okay? Maybe even a pro hero if we're lucky." "Oh God, I could really use a pro hero right now," she murmured when she was nervous or scared, just like Izuku. He meowed again, trying to comfort her. She ran her hands over her fur, changing a glance back. Dad was chasing them. Mom tripped. Izuku flew from her arms. Dad caught up. Mom told him to run, to go find a hero. He ran, but he didn't find a hero. He didn't even find a police officer. And when he tried to run back and find Mom again, he couldn't find her either. We decided to cut it there, but oh my god, a new series, Cat Days, oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I could already see some of the comments. Yes, I'm working on Fluffy Mind. Stay with me. I'm going through writer's block. I'm going through a bunch of stuff and a bunch of other stuff, right? All right, writer's block be hitting my ass like it's no fucking tomorrow. Writer's block is crap. I have not abandoned it. I will continue to do it. Chapter 8, I think it is. The one that's next up is on its way and it is being recorded. Not recorded, but it's being written, right? It's the first draft is out, or not out, but like I'm writing it, you know? Okay, moving on to this fic. So far, I am really loving it. It's a really interesting start. Like, okay, Griffin, I'm gonna say you have a really interesting writing style that I'm really digging. Like, I'm really digging. Like, just that 7 minutes of me sitting here and reading it, like, it makes me want to read more. You know, it makes me want to sit and get more. You know, it is alluring to begin with. It is a very alluring premise. And just the premise itself, but, like, the way you write it, it really intrigues me. It really, like, draws me in, you know? So, I cannot wait to see more of this. So, stay tuned for that because I sure am very excited for that. Okay. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.